Some pretty messed up stuff so we can cut it and
No
go back and
worries.
stuff like that.
Ahoy there, YouTube. We're back again for more of our Essen Bonanza Explosion blog coverage here live at Essen Spiel 2017. Thanks in part to all of our amazing Kickstarter backers and these amazing companies down here. Be sure to give them some love. But right now, we're about to learn about Ikan from Raheem. Hey, Raheem, how's it going?
Hey, great. How's it going on your end?
I can't complain. So what is Ikan?
So Ikan is, how would we define it? It's not really, it is a memory game. It's a challenge game. Basically, I'm gonna give you the quick tour. You play Ikan, a little Inca boy who lives in a wonderful village with his family, friends, etc. One day, that village is attacked by an evil ancient spirit called the Master of Shadows that you can see on the box, this stone snake. So what happens is the Master of Shadows is going to steal the light that shines over Ikan's village and seal it into this gorgeous little statue. He then hides the statue inside the Temple of Shadows. So the game is playable from 2 to 4 players. So how is it played? On the 2-player version, I'll explain that one since it's the basic, and from there I can give you the specifics to the other versions. So in the 2-player versions, one of the players play Ikan, the other plays the Master of Shadows. So what is Ikan's role? Ikan's role is to enter the maze in the Temple of Shadows. Let me get this fixed. Here we go. So Ikan enters the Temple of Shadows and has 2 objectives. The first one is to grab the spear to be able to defeat the Master of Shadows and to grab the key to be able to free the light. Once that happens, the Master of Shadows places the exit somewhere on the maze and Ikan has to get to it. So far, so good. So how does Ikan move? Straight, left, right, or back. The thing is, when he turns or goes back, he faces the direction he's turning. So until now, everything seems pretty easy. Where does it get complicated? The Master of Shadows' role is to build a 5x5 maze with the different tiles that we have here. So you have basic tiles, as you can see, and all the ones with the blue on the back are the trap tiles. These ones you can add later to increase difficulty. So you have stairs, you have teleporters, you have click tiles that turn around every time Ikan steps on it, lava tiles, etc. So once the Master of Shadows has finished building up the maze on a 5x5 square, Ikan is going to have 15 seconds to remember it, look at it, see where his objectives are. Once these 15 seconds are up, the Master of Shadows is going to cover up the maze with the shade, and Ikan is going to have to find his way around the maze without looking at it. So Ikan, in order to give him a chance, has 20 lives to start with. Every time he makes a mistake, bumps into a wall, takes a wrong turn, he loses a life. If he's desperately lost, he can sacrifice 2 lives to the Master of Shadows in order to get 15 more seconds to look at the maze. And that is basically Ikan. So the 3-player version is going to involve the skeleton. Because here he is the Master of Shadows' ally. So in the 3-player version, you'll be adding catacomb tiles on the maze. They are the different points from which the skeleton will pop up. His ultimate goal is to help the Master of Shadows track down Ikan. So every time he will cross Ikan in the maze, Ikan will lose a life. And finally, the 4-player version involves Yaga, the panther, who is Ikan's ally. And Yaga is going to help Ikan collect the items on the maze one at a time. On the 4-player version, the maze becomes a 6x6 maze. So Yaga's role is going to be to help Ikan collect the items and track down the skeleton before he hits Ikan. So this is basically the game.
All right, that sounds really stinking cool. That is Ikan. If it looks like it might be your cup of tea, be sure to check that one out. If you're enjoying this Essen coverage, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.